Hi guys, and welcome to my WWE TLC 2019 reaction video. So last night we had WWE Tables, Ladders and Chairs, the final pay-per-view of 2019, and I've got to say, it was... that's my thought. I think it started off really well, and we had some great matches, some great moments, but then we got some matches and some very meh finishes. So yeah, that's my overall reaction, but obviously that's not the whole video. I'm going to get to the whole video now. So I have 8 matches to talk about. So let's get to it. So on the pre-show, the matches got announced. We got Humberto Carrillo up against Andrade with Zelina Vega. Of course, this is a rematch. They had a match on Raw, I believe, and Humberto Carrillo won. So this was the rematch, and I've got to say, this was a very good 12-minute match. I mean, I know it's only on the pre-show, but damn, I mean, Humberto Carrillo and Andrade, we both know how talented both of these guys are, and this was a really good match. Both guys were going back and forth, some really good spots. Andrade hit this really cool stomp on Carrillo when Carrillo was hung outside the ring. Andrade got busted open, like something like a cut underneath his eye, and he was bleeding quite badly. But they kept wrestling like the pros they are. I mean, even though the crowd were a bit dead, obviously because it was on the pre-show, but damn, really good match. And it ended with Humberto Carrillo hitting Andrade with a moonsault, or a somersault, whatever you call it. And 1, 2, 3. Humberto Carrillo, I think he's getting quite a big push, isn't he? He's beaten Andrade twice in 1 week. Humberto Carrillo, considering this was a guy I didn't know that much about a few months ago. I thought he was just this little cruiserweight. Now he's had matches with AJ Styles, and now he's having great matches with Andrade. So Humberto Carrillo, I think he could be in line for quite a good 2020 for him. And Andrade at the end of the match, he's like with Zelina Vega, like walking away. So maybe we're teasing a little bit of a split up between Zelina Vega and Andrade, which I don't want to see because they're so good together. But maybe this is just a tease. I don't know. We'll see what happens tonight on Raw. So yeah, that was the pre-show match. Very, very good pre-show match. A case could be made, maybe the best pre-show match this year. It was really good, really good. Well done, guys. Then on to the main card. Yes, the first match we had a ladder match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Yes, the New Day defending their belts, Big E and Kofi, up against the Revival. And this might have been match of the night. This was so much better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, a ladder match got announced a few days before the show, so when this was just a tag team match, I was like, it's going to be good, but we've seen the Revival and the New Day loads, but then it got announced it's going to be a ladder match. I was like, okay, now the excitement's gone up, and damn, this was a really good match. Probably one of the best tag team matches we've had this year on the main roster in terms of pay-per-views anyway. Really good match. I mean, there were so many different good spots at the ladders. It was 19 minutes. That was really good length for a ladder match. So many good spots. There was some brutal ladder spots with Big E getting chucked on top of the ladders. Kofi looked really good. He was doing some really cool, inventive spots. The crowd were getting fully behind him. There were big Kofi chants and all that. So they still haven't forgotten about him, even though he's an underwhelming WWE title run this year, but still, yeah, it was great. Some really good spots. I mean, there was a brutal spot where I think Scott Dawson, he hit like a suplex on Big E on the ladder, but it missed. So I think they did it again with like a splash wilder with a splash, and Big E went through the ladder. It looked brutal. And then there's this cool spot where Big E hits a big ending. I think it was on one of them off the ladder. Oh, it was sick. Looked really cool. And then obviously it ended with Kofi getting the belts. I think he pushed Scott Dawson off the ladder. He got the belts. Yeah, New Day retain. Really good match. Really enjoyed it. Probably the Revival's best main roster match so far. Both guys looked amazing. Both teams looked amazing. Really good match. That was so much better than I thought it was going to be, and probably was up there with match of the night, I think. And what a great start to the show. It started off great. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. Then on to the next match. We had a singles match. Alistair Black going up against Buddy Murphy. And, this was a great match. It was 13 and a half minutes. Could have been a little bit longer, but this was still fantastic. The ring chemistry between these two guys and the storytelling was fantastic. So, starts off, Buddy Murphy's just sitting there, like, mocking Alistair Black. Alistair Black comes in, he does his little roll, and they just sit there staring at each other before the match starts. That was great. And then the match starts, and damn, it was really good. I mean, of course it was going to be really good. Both of these guys are fantastic. Buddy Murphy, Alistair Black, probably two of the best wrestlers in the company. I'd say top 10. And yeah, there were some great spots. Buddy Murphy looked amazing. He was hitting some really cool high flying spots. There were some really cool angles. They went outside the ring for a little bit. Alistair Black got busted. I think he might have broken his nose or something, but his nose got really bloody. But obviously they continued. Buddy Murphy was hitting like Murphy's Law, all of his signatures, and Alistair Black just kept kicking out. The crowd, there was a "This is awesome" chant. It was just back and forth, back and forth. The chemistry was fantastic between these two. Then obviously near the end, Buddy Murphy's like they're exchanging kicks, like karate chops and all that. But then out of nowhere, boom! The Alistair Black hits the Black Mass. 1, 2, 3. Really good match. This and the ladder match was easily the two best matches of the night. It was so great. I mean, I was like, okay, this could be a really good show. These first two matches have been fantastic. Yeah, and then you're like, the first two matches were fantastic, and then the rest of the show. So yeah, but first two matches fantastic. Alistair Black wins, really good match. Buddy Murphy though still looked amazing in defeat because he took Alistair Black to his limit in kayfabe, and I really like this. So yeah, first three matches, include the pre-show, fantastic. The rest of the card, not so much. We got the Viking Raiders coming out for the open tag team challenge. So who will come out and face them? They cut a little promo. And we have thinking, who's it going to be? Is it going to be the AOP? Is it going to be Street Profits? Is it going to be someone from NXT maybe? And no, it was the OC. I was like, yeah, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And it was okay. It was an 8-minute tag team match. There was some good spots here and there. We all know how good the Viking Raiders are. And the OC are good whenever they're given a chance, which is quite rare these days. But yeah, but it ended a bit crap. Basically, all four of them got outside the ring. There's a big splash or something, and then it ended in a double count out after 8 minutes. And the crowd were just booing. There was a bullshit chant. It wasn't a great finish. It was a bit of a dud finish, to be honest. After the first two matches were so great, this was like, oh, it started off great, but now we're going a bit downhill. So yeah, that wasn't a great thing. Honestly, that just felt like that. Why do we even have to get that match? We could just have that match on Raw tonight. Why do we have to have that on the pay-per-view? Just to kill time? Yeah, it just felt a bit unnecessary, to be honest. Viking Raiders retained because it was a double count out, so whatever. And then we got a tables, ladders, and chairs match. King Corbin going up against Roman Reigns. And yeah, this was fun. It had its problems, but this was fun. It was the 22 minutes for a start, long match, but it was going to be long, wasn't it? TLC matches usually are quite long. And yeah, I've got to say, the first 2/3 of the match were fun. Roman and King Corbin were just going at it outside the arena. There were some great spots of obviously tables, ladders, and chairs, and so forth, etc. There was a great spot where Roman hits a Samoan drop on Corbin through one of the tables. That was great. But then I think Corbin's beat. Roman's going to go for a spear. He runs around the ring, and then boom! Dolph Ziggler appears, super kick. And then Dolph and Corbin start beating up Roman. Oh, man. Then Roman starts to fend them off. He can fight two guys at once. He's the big dog. He fights off both of them. But then Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson come in, and all four of them start teaming up on Roman, and Roman just tries to fight them off, but he can't. It's 4-on-1, even though he is the big dog. And it ends with King Corbin hitting a end of days on a steel chair on Roman. Roman's just gone because everyone's hit the finishes on him, like Shatter Machine, Zigzag, and all that. So Roman's gone. 1, 2, 3, and yeah, Corbin wins, which was quite surprising. I thought most people thought Roman was going to win, and this would be the end of the feud. Then he can head into the Royal Rumble ahead of his path to face this guy potentially at WrestleMania. But no, King Corbin won. So I guess we're continuing this feud heading into SmackDown. But this can't continue into Royal Rumble because I assume Corbin and Roman are going to be in the Royal Rumble match. So yeah, bit of a weird finish. I didn't like the finish with everyone getting involved and just beating up Roman. Why couldn't we just have Roman win? You're meant to be pushing this guy big ahead of next year with his potential match against the Fiend, and you're having him lose to King Corbin. Yeah, I know it was 4-on-1. It wasn't a proper clean win because they all got involved. But yeah, why couldn't you just have Roman win? So weird finish. There we go. Weird finish. But so I guess we're continuing this feud because obviously Roman never loses a feud. So this feud's going to continue till Roman gets his revenge. Yeah, cool. And then we got a singles match. Yes, we got Bray Wyatt going up against The Miz, of course. So no title involved, no Universal title on the line, no Fiend. This is just regular Bray Wyatt. So and yeah, so Miz comes out doing all the. I'm like, what are you doing, Miz? You're meant to be pissed off. Bray Wyatt's like invaded your house, like and all that, and got really involved, all personally. You're meant to be like really pissed off, and he comes out to the ring doing his old with the sunglasses and his stupid coat. Like, okay, so yeah, he comes to the ring, and then all of a sudden he starts to look serious, like that. I'm like, okay, now you look serious. Nice one, Miz. Then out comes Bray Wyatt, the Firefly. If you're feeling lonely today, come along and throw your cares away. Woo! Yeah, out he comes, all hi guys, hi, looking all happy. It's so funny. And yeah, he's just wearing his jumper. He's wearing what he wears, the Firefly Funhouse. He's got the blue Universal title. And this is so great. It's such a fresh change from the Fiend, because I think if we just see the Fiend every pay-per-view, we're gonna get a bit tired of him. So this is great. It's two different characters from Bray Wyatt. So he comes out, hi guys. He's just high-fiving everyone. He gets a big pop from the crowd. He gets in the commentary table going, yeah, oh, look, this is great. And Michael Cole's just like, what the hell? And Miz is just like, just staring at him like, yeah, don't attack him, Miz. You just stare at him in the ring. That'll teach him. And then he takes a selfie with one of the fans, Bray. Then before he gets in the ring, the crowd are going, yeah. And before he goes, yeah, the crowd are loving it. Like the crowd are getting behind this guy who insulted a man's family and invaded his family home. Yeah, it's like so weird that Bray's getting these big pops. And then the match gets started. The match was, what can I say about this match? It was weird. It was only 6.5 minutes. It wasn't very long, and it wasn't great, I'm not going to lie. So basically what happens is The Miz just dominates most of the match. He's constantly barraging Bray with attacks, and Bray's just like taking it. He's like, Miz, stop hurting me, no! Like, oh, Miz, like, just laughing it off. It's horrible. Like, Miz is like proper beating up, like, like, you hit my family, and all that. Miz is like going crazy, and Bray's just like, like, just laughing it off. It was really creepy. Then at one point, Miz tries to like dislocate Bray's arm, and Bray's just like, do it, and then Bray goes outside the ring and like whacks his arm against the turnbuckle, like to put it back into place. Is that how that works? Obviously it was kayfabe, but still, yeah. And then Miz just keeps attacking Bray, and then Bray starts to get offense back in. Out of nowhere, boom! He hits a Sister Abigail outside the ring, and then he's like all serious again. Yeah, he just gets back in the ring. One more Sister Abigail. They're the only two moves Bray hit all match. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, a bit of a dud finish. Just two Sister Abigails, and that was it. 1, 2, 3. The crowd were a bit, oh, that was it? Okay. Bit of a dud finish. Yeah, just he gets beaten up all match. Then he, out of nowhere, two Sister Abigails, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, I get what they were going for. Like, this is the different side of Bray Wyatt, the Firefly Funhouse character, where he's like all happy and cheerful. But if he wants to get annoyed, and wants to get scary, he will. But obviously, he's nowhere near as creepy and scary as the Fiend. But yeah, this was just, I don't think this really worked. The layout of the match, whatever. Yeah, and then so obviously at the end, Bray's like, I won, and boom, the Fiend appears on the Titantron, which I thought was interesting, and Bray's just like, okay, I'll do it. So like, I thought that was actually quite interesting how the Fiend is like could be like a different character. He's like looking down on Bray, going, do it. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. Like the Fiend's Bray's master or something. And yeah, so Bray gets the big wooden mallet out of the ring that we saw at Hell in a Cell. He's like, and he's about to whack Miz with it and kill Miz with it. But before he can do it, boom, the lights go out. And he's like, and he's like, he's here. Like, Bray's like, he's here. So he's like, is Bray going to get redressed as the Fiend? But then the Fiend doesn't come out. And then he's like, huh? And then, boom, out of nowhere, he gets hit with a running kick. And it's Daniel Bryan. And he unlocks the hood. And clean-shaven, short hair, clean-shaven Daniel Bryan. Obviously, he looks so different. And it was to be expected because obviously on SmackDown like 2 weeks ago, Bray just pulled out all of Bryan's hair, kayfabe. So, and yeah, this was great. And the crowd were going nuts, going, yes, and really, really cool. I think he hits a yes kick, another yes kick, and the crowd are going nuts for him. He looks so different, Daniel Bryan, with the clean shape. Come on, he looks so different, clean shaven and with short hair. I haven't seen Bryan look like this since the no movement back in 2012, I think, and when he was teaming up with Kane, because for 6 years, Daniel Bryan's had that big beard and long hairs. It's just, it blows your mind to see him looking like this, like how he looked like, 8 years ago. Crazy. And the crowd were loving it. And yeah, then he's about to go for another running kick, but then boom, the lights go out and then Bray disappears. So, and he's like, oh. But he looks at the Universal title and he walks. So I guess this is setting up a rematch with Daniel Bryan and The Fiend heading into Royal Rumble, which I'm looking forward to, because they've got like 5 weeks now to build this feud up, make it feel big. And yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to the prospect of The Fiend versus a clean-shaven, short-haired Daniel Bryan. So this could be very interesting. And yeah, I think this angle was way better than the Miz and Bray match. The Miz and Bray match was just a filler thing, wasn't it? But I'm looking forward to seeing the rematch, obviously, now at Royal Rumble. Yeah. Then on to the final 2 matches. We had a tables match. Yes, we had Bobby Lashley with Lana going up against Rusev. And yeah, this wasn't great. It was only 13 minutes, and it was fine, but this felt like a match we could have had on Raw, to be honest. It just never. I wasn't bothered about this match. I was on my phone for a lot of this match. I was quite bummed out. The crowd were a little tired at this point. They were really dead for this match. I don't blame them. And yeah, it was fine. There were a few close calls with the table spot. Like, oh, is Bobby Lashley going to go through the table? The Rusev Day chants were quite big at one point. But then at the end, they cheat. So basically, Lana just gets hold of Rusev. And because of that distraction, Bobby Lashley, he tries to spear Rusev through one of the tables, but the table doesn't break. I was like, oh, was that a botch? But then he just bellies a back, suplexes Rusev through one of the other tables. And yeah, Bobby Lashley wins. Why did Bobby Lashley win? Why couldn't you just let Rusev win? He's been put down and beaten up so badly in this feud. Why couldn't you just let Rusev win? So does this mean this feud's continuing into the Royal Rumble? Oh God! Why couldn't they just end this feud right here with Rusev getting his big win over, just beating up Bobby? You can do F you Lana and kayfabe and all that, but no, Bobby wins with Lana. So I guess we're continuing this feud heading into SmackDown, or it's a Raw feud, isn't it? But oh. Yay! I can't wait. Now. Then on to the main event. Yes, we had a TLC match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Yes, we had the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, going up against Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Woo! The fuck? So, and yeah, this was the longest match of the night. It was 26 minutes. And it was good. It was good. I do think it was a bit sloppy in some places. Like you could tell, there was a few botched spots. I'm not being sexist or anything here, but I'm starting to see a pattern emerge. This is the 3rd women's main event this year, I believe, and it's the 3rd slightly disappointing one. What match I had at WrestleMania wasn't amazing. The Survivor Series triple threat was disappointing, and this was good. This was good. But it just wasn't great, if you get what I'm saying. So I was watching this and I was like, maybe it's just because I was so tired. But anyway, there were some good spots. Well, I'm not denying there were some great table spots, like Asuka and Kairi saying tied up Becky to one of the ladders. But Charlotte still can face both of them at once. Even though I do think Becky Lynch and Charlotte did get a lot of offense here, like the Kabuki Warriors looked a bit like jobbers at some point. There was a point where Kairi Sane trying to escape from the ring and they try and pull her out, but then Kairi Sane's got a fire extinguisher and to squirt both of them. That was really funny. And near the end, of course, so I think one of them goes through a table. I think there was a big table spot, and then it's just Asuka climbing up the ladder, and Asuka, boom, gets the belts. And yeah, the Kabuki Warriors retain, which I did predict. But a part of me was thinking, oh my God, is Becky and Charlotte going to win? Because, they want to give them a big push again, don't they? So we're heading into the new year. But no, Kabuki Warriors retain. Okay, it's good for Asuka. At least Asuka, just like last year at TLC, where she won the SmackDown Women's Belt. It's a good thing for Asuka. And the Kabuki Warriors retain. They look strong. Asuka and Becky had a bit of a conflict in this match too. So are we going to see Asuka and Becky Lynch maybe at the Royal Rumble? Which I think I'd be down for. Like a rematch from last year's Royal Rumble. Well, this year's Royal Rumble. So, yeah, good match. Few funny spots. But then the finish kind of ruined it too. So basically Asuka's like, yeah. But then it just cuts to Roman and Corbin and all the other guys fighting outside in the arena, like, and I was like, eh? Because obviously we had this earlier with the Street Profits. They were fighting backstage too. I think it was like there was like 4 guys on 4-on-4. So Roman got back up this time, and they're all fighting each other, and then they all fight each other outside, and then I think Roman hits the spear through all of them, and yeah, so that's how they end the show, just with Roman Reigns. Yeah, even though he lost, we're still going to end the show with Roman because he's still the big dog and all that. And a bit of a weird finish to the show. Why couldn't you just have Asuka and Kairi Sane with the belts? But I have heard Kairi Sane's got a concussion because of a spot with Charlotte or something. So I hope Kairi Sane's okay, and hopefully they don't have to relinquish the belts or something. But we'll find out tonight. But yeah, that was TLC. It was a fun show, but on the whole, I do think it was quite forgettable. Like, obviously, no singles title, not one singles title was defended. The US title wasn't defended. WWE title wasn't defended because obviously Brock's not there, is he? The Universal title wasn't defended. Shinsuke didn't defend his Intercontinental Championship. So all 4 singles titles were defended on the show. That's stupid. I don't care what their excuses. That's just stupid. But I've got to say, the pre-show match was great. New Day Revival, fantastic. Alistair Black, Buddy Murphy, really good. And then everything else was just meh, pretty much. Yeah, so that was TLC. It was fun in parts, but I do think on the whole it was a bit just. The first third of the show was great, and the last 2/3 of the show were just meh. So yeah, that was TLC. I don't think it was as good as last year. I think last year was a lot better, but yeah, it was a good ending to 2019. But I do think this show could have been a bit better, but it definitely wasn't one of the best shows of the year. Definitely not. So yeah, guys, that was my TLC reaction video, and that concludes my final reaction video of the year. So yes, yeah, that has been 2019 for me. Thank you all very much for watching my videos this year. It's been a great year for my channel. Of course, hitting 200 subscribers this year. It's been fantastic. I've had some videos that I've done really well. My Royal Rumble prediction video did well. My SummerSlam prediction video got like 700 views. It was fantastic. Survivor Series did well. Extreme Rules. There was I've got some really good views on some of my prediction videos this year. So thank you all to people who watched and subscribed to my videos this year. It means a lot. Thank you, of course, to Callum, who joined me every now and then this year. He'll be back next year, definitely. And yeah, so concludes. This will be my final video of 2019. Thank you all for watching, guys. I was going to do maybe like a top 10 of the year, like top 10 like moments or matches of the year, but I thought probably not. I did that last year and it didn't do very well, so I don't think I'm going to do that again, sorry. But I will be back in January with my videos. I'll probably be back early January with a football video, my mid-season review with Callum and James. And I'll be back, wrestling-wise, I'll be back probably mid-January with Callum for our Royal Rumble prediction videos. Yes, with the road to WrestleMania 36 begins. So yeah, guys, this will be my final prediction video. This will be my final video of the year, though. So thank you all for watching. It's been a great year for my channel. I hope to see you all again next year in January. So I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and I'll see you all in January. Till then, guys,